Hi, my name is Janie Everett. Welcome to the Decimal Depot in Second Life. This is my final project for EDT613, and I am going to take you inside and show you around. So the Decimal Depot was built to show fifth grade students in California how to successfully add decimals. As you enter the building, you first see a PowerPoint slideshow, and this slideshow will introduce you to the Decimal Depot and all the different parts and what they are used for. The purpose of the Decimal Depot is to learn how to find the sum of two numbers with decimals, to participate in practice activities to enhance your addition skills, to complete assignments to show your knowledge of decimal addition, and to have fun while exploring in a virtual world. And you can continue to hit next through all the slides to see where to start and where to go next and where to end your experience. So, first we are going to go over to the left side of these screens. We see two more slideshows here. The first one is adding decimals. This is the important one. This is what the Decimal Depot is all about. Subtracting decimals over here is just a little bonus for students who master adding decimals and want to take things a step further. There will also be activities later on in the Decimal Depot that allow students to use subtracting decimals for bonus points. But what we're really focused on is adding decimals. So you can flip through the adding decimals slideshow. There are objectives and language objectives. This slideshow also shows vocabulary and step-by-step directions on how to add two decimals together. There are examples of decimals that are added correctly, examples of them added incorrectly. And then towards the end of this slideshow, there are several example problems, practice problems, and students can complete these problems. And then if you hit next again, the answer pops up for each one. So there are quite a few practice problems in this slideshow. If we move on to the subtracting decimals slideshow, it is set up in the same way. Objectives, vocabulary, shows you how to subtract decimals, gives you plenty of practice problems, and again, when you hit next, the answer pops up so that you may check your work. And there are quite a few practice problems for subtracting decimals as well. When you are finished going through these two slideshows, you can make your way back around to the other side of this rectangle here in the middle to view a couple of videos. Sorry, these take just a second to show up. So this first video that we're going to watch here on this left screen is a live demonstration of how to add decimals together by the Khan Academy. You can hit play and it will play right here.
Let's see if we can add 9.087 to 15.31. And I encourage you to pause the video and try to do it on your own. So I'm assuming you have tried to do it on your own, and now let's see how we could actually try this. Now, one thing I want to point out, some of you all might see these numbers all lined up and immediately want to say, hey, 7 plus 1.
So I'm not going to go through the whole video, but that gives you a pretty good idea of what is going on there. You can hit escape to get out of this zoom view, and we'll go over to the next screen on the right. Just like with the slideshows, there is also a subtraction video. Not required at first, however, highly suggested for students who master addition and would like to move on to subtraction. So again, I'll just show a couple seconds of this subtraction video, also by the Khan Academy.
We need to calculate 9.005 minus 3.6, or we can do this 9 and 5 thousandths minus 3 and 6 tenths. Now, whenever you do a subtracting of decimals problems, the most important thing, and this is true when you're adding decimals as well, is you have to line up the decimals. So this is 9.0.
Now, at any point during these videos, if they are not loading or there's some other sort of issue, you can always go to this browser bar at the top and click this button right here, which will take you right to the web browser on your own computer, and you can watch it there instead. Again, I'm going to click on Escape to take me out of that zoom view. Our next step is to go to the back of this rectangle I have here in the middle. And this is the very first assignment. We can touch here for a note card that will give us directions on this assignment. I'm going to select Keep. So for this assignment, students must log into IXL.com with their username and password, and they must master the following topic, H1, adding decimals. And then it states that once they have added decimals, they may move on to subtraction if they wish. And there are directions on how to access IXL.com, either by going to their own browser on their computer or using this little browser right here. We can zoom in and we can click on any of these topics. It will take a second to load, and it will take us right into some practice problems. You can submit an answer, and it will tell you if you are correct. If you submit the wrong answer, it will explain to you why you were wrong and what you should do the next time. I, as a teacher, am able to log on to my IXL account and look at my students' work. I can see how many problems they have done, how many they've gotten right, how many they've gotten wrong, what topics they have mastered. So this is a very easy website for me to track my students with. Okay, I will hit Escape again and go over to the next portion right here. We see google.com here. I'm going to touch the note card, touch the crystal ball for the note card. Keep. Okay, this assignment is a scavenger hunt. For this assignment, the students must complete an internet math scavenger hunt. The point of it is to familiarize the students with as many resources and helpful math sites as possible. They are given 10 questions that they need to answer in a Word document and then turn into their supposed Moodle page. So, down here at the bottom, we see all the questions. And like it mentioned above, the point really is just to show students all the different resources that are available to them on the web that can help them with their math skills. A lot of them are games, some of them are lessons, and so on. For the next activity, we come over here to the decimal diner. Again, I will touch this crystal ball for the note card. At the decimal diner, students indulge in a tasty meal, but first they must calculate the total cost of their meal. So as you can see on the wall here, there is a menu. Everything has a price. It tells the students what they are required to order. They have to add up their totals and submit that in a Word document after they find their totals. Oh, and they have to include a tip as well. After they find their total, they can sit down at the chair, and when you click on the chair, it will provide you with a menu. So I can sit here, and I can click on food, drinks, and soup or whatever I want to choose. And there I am eating my soup at the table. Now, for this assignment, as bonus, for those students who watched the subtraction slideshow and the subtraction video, they can also figure out how much change they should receive back if they gave the server a $100 bill. But that is not required, just the addition. Okay. The next activity here, the students are going to go to Powtoon. Again, I can touch the note card to see what's going on in the assignment. Students are going to create their own song, rap, or poem about adding or subtracting decimals. They're going to create an avatar in Powtoon to perform their song, rap, or poem, which they will record with their own voice. So, on this screen here, this web on a pram, we already see Powtoon, and this is actually a presentation that I created to give the students yet another intro on the assignment.
For this portion of the lesson, you are going to create your own song, rap, or poem about decimals. Your creation must have at least 15 lines and must explain the process of either adding or subtracting decimals. You will record your own voice singing, rapping, or reading, and then you will choose an avatar to perform your creation with your voice recording. Click Next to see an example. So you say you want to learn how to multiply fractions, grab yourself a seat, let's get into action. First line of the fractions from the left to the right with your symbol in the middle, all snug and tight. That was just a brief example of what your creation will look like. Remember, yours must include the following: at least 15 lines, an explanation of how to add or subtract decimals, on-screen lyrics. And last but not least, there are two final rules. Be creative and have fun.
All right. So I'm going to click Escape, and we are going to go to the last assignment in the Decimal Depot. So this whole side of the room here is restricted with this little wall, and let's find out why. I will touch the crystal ball for a note card. For this assignment, students will build several objects in the object building workshop as taught in previous lessons. So we're assuming students already know how to build objects. The objects that they build must have specific XYZ measurements, and to find those specific measurements, they must add and find the sum of two numbers that have decimals. After the students build the objects, they have to take a screenshot of themselves, the object, and the edit panel showing those XYZ measurements. Put that all in the Word document and submit that to the supposed Moodle course. So here are the four objects that students must build. So as you can see, first they have to build a pyramid. The X measurement needs to be 1 and 59 hundredths plus 56 hundredths, and so on. They have to also build a sphere, a cylinder, a torus, and then at the bottom here we see a bonus. The students who watched the subtracting presentations may attempt this for bonus points, this bonus cube right here. And this whole area over here is set aside for students to work and build their objects and take their pictures, and then they can delete all their work so that there's room for other students, and they can submit that to me. So that is it for the Decimal Depot. I hope you enjoy it as much as I do, and it is a phenomenal learning experience for 5th grade students who are learning all about adding and subtracting decimals. Thank you.